Yeah, no, that's a wow, that's an interesting question. I think okay, so why don't more people go to church? Why don't people uh, want a relationship with God or Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or whomever? Um, wow. Okay, so let me just be honest with you. I think part of the reason, I don't know all of the reason. I mean, I've not done my own study on it and went out and asked people all over my city, which I plan to. And I think that the reason why, man, is that people they get tired of just you telling them to come to church and nothing happens in their life. The only difference between them um, coming to church and not going to church is where they're at on Sunday. No difference in their life that they feel or see. Or if they do feel it for a little bit, it dies down because we bought them with some sort of hype or some sort of crazy event. Now they want that emotional experience every single time. Or they got broken and hurt at the church worse than they were in the secular world. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I think sometimes when people say, oh, that's secular, that's so negative. Technically, that just means of earth people, things like that. Like, it's one of those things where if I wasn't a believer in God or any God, and someone said, what religion do you want to be a part of? It would take me time to figure out which one I wanted to be a part of. And then if I chose Christianity and I went to church, my typical experience, aside from the metaphysical one, would be going to a building, being nice to some people, maybe some people being nice to you, giving some money, being there in the seat, listening to a guy or girl speak, listening to some music, and then going home. And unfortunately, most people get caught into the go to church kind of flow when they're really going through a super tough time, like welfare issues, baby daddy, baby mama issues, financial issues with regard to just maybe employment, emotional, relational issues. And then once those things get better, they leave because they literally do treat it like a hospital. I'm here for a year or 6 months, or I'm in treatment for 6 months. So my point is that we have to get away from treating people as like possible flock to just do what we want them to do. You know what I mean? Like, people are ready for something that can help them actually get out of the situation they're in. And how many people go to church every week for years and they're still in the same situation they were in before? Their outlook is different, which is, I think, one of the greatest blessings a person can experience. But their life's still the same, still divorced, still miserable, still broke, but God's gonna fix it. So I feel like we have to really try to and stop inviting people to church and invite people to God. I think that's the only way we can actually get people to like improve in life and do better with their own life and stop trying to control their life. I'm kind of rambling right now, but I think that's because it's such a unique question, like why people don't go to church. But I just know they want authentic relationships, intentional relationships, and they don't want it to be something as to where they're just going and they're just another person. They want to feel like they have a relationship with this divine being that you keep talking about. So give me God, not church. That's where we're at.